So yeah, I was saying last week we did motive analysis where we talked about goal seek, data table, and um, scenario manager. We said goal seek is used to give us the value of a variable when another variable is altered, and we said scenario manager gives us the avenue to view possible scenarios, and we said data table is a calculated scenario manager where um it can view like maybe 2, 3 ahead of what we currently are on. And we did okay. Yeah, I said I was going to send us a link for regression and forecasting, but I totally forgot. I think I've gotten the one for regression, but I would need to do more for forecasting. So we'll do that hopefully before the class ends. So yeah, today we are starting with Power Query, but then we will be starting our mini project, like a group project today, hopefully. Yeah. So we'll be working on the same data set we've been using before now, which is the sales sample data set. For that, let's get to work. All right, so please, you guys, pardon my environment because there's a bit of noise in my surrounding. Please pardon us. All right, that being said, so yeah, I said we'll be working with this same data sets. I feel some of us, if not all of us, some of us have it already because I sent it out, and this is what we'll be using for our own for our own mini projects before each of us go find a data set to work on. So yeah, this is the data set we are using. And what are we doing? To create a dashboard? No, even before that, steps in data analysis, we would first of all get accustomed to our data sets. So that do some basic cleaning, like removing unwanted columns, creating calculated columns if they need be, removing duplicates, and replacing blanks if there is. Also, ensuring the right data type for each of the columns. And so I was saying, like, we would do all of that for cleaning, and then we'll move forward to our exploratory analysis, where we get to answer some questions, or where we get to derive questions and provide solutions using these data sets. Also, we get to visualize it in a way that we can explain, or we can tell it to a non-technical person, that is maybe a stakeholder or somebody that does not know anything about the data sets or about whatever we've done. That is the reason for dashboards. Dashboard is just for presenting and, what can I use? Presenting or explaining is to a non-technical person, majorly stakeholders or people, anybody. It can be anybody actually, but then not anybody, because if I'm working in an organization, it is either I present to a project manager or maybe the CEO or a team lead or something like that, but they are necessarily not um they are not necessarily an analyst like myself. So they might be a non-technical person. So the visualization is just for them to see what I am doing. It's more like the front end. Yeah. Meanwhile, I did the back end already. I did the cleaning, I did the transformation, I did the loading and all of that. So that is just the major use data. Oh, sorry. That's the major importance of dashboard. So yeah, we stopped at please pardon my background. Please pardon my background. So yeah, like I said, we'll be starting with Power Query because we are yet to do that on our on the last class where we stopped. I think that was where we stopped loading a file into Power Query. Yeah, that was where we stopped. And we said if I want to load a data into Power Query, I only have to I have to create a new a new worksheet. Then I go to my inserts and okay, so like I said, we'll be using Power Query for our cleaning instead of using Excel, so that we can also get used to Power Query's interface. So like I said, if you want to import a file to our Power Query, go to inserts. Did I say inserts? Sorry. Data. From data, we get data and we choose from what source you want to import it from. But for this one, we are importing from file, and the file is in Excel workbook. The file we are importing is an Excel workbook file. So data gets data from file, Excel workbook. So this one, I have to locate where the particular data set I'm using is. Sorry, let me look for it.
Sorry, you said you'll be using what for data cleaning? I didn't get that.
I said we'll be using Power Query. It's an advanced editor. Did you get that?
Yes, I can hear you. So it means
All
that
right.
the Excel you're using, you have to upgrade it, right?
No. Same way I opened this, just calm down. You would get there. What version of Excel are you using as first? First of all. All right, since you know, yeah, but you don't necessarily have to upgrade your Excel to activate Power Query. Power Query is embedded in every Excel. Yeah. So if you follow the um necessary steps, you get it. So like I said, let me do it again. Like I said, if I want to use my Power Query, I can open a new sheet, go to my data tab, go to get data, go to from file because I am using an Excel workbook. Because I want to use an Excel workbook. I choose from file, then I open from Excel workbook. So it will bring a pop-up for me to select the data set I want to use. But now I can't find it. It's supposed to be under that. Oh my God. Okay. Okay, wait. Let me. What do I do? What's the vendor? Okay, because I can't find the particular one that has the new unedited one, so I will just have to select it from this one. So this is the data set I'm using, sales data sim. Yeah, this is what it looks like. This is the preview. So all I have to do is transform data. Then my Power Query editor will pop up. Yeah, just as so. So this is it here. Power Query editor, and I activated it from my Excel. So it's not, you don't need to upgrade or do anything before you activate Power Query. It is embedded in every Excel. Yeah. So what cleaning would we be doing? Like I said, first of all, normally this would not be here. This normally the row headers now, maybe because I already converted it to a table. Let me open it for us in Excel so we can see what I am saying. Yeah, this is what I'm supposed to use. Okay, is it because it was opened? Well, let me do that again. I feel because it's opened, it will not, it was not, that was why it didn't show. I must close my chat. Okay, let me close this. Pardon me. Okay. What is this? All right, so I zoom again. Let me start the process all over. So I would have to open a blank book. Then I go to my data, I get data. It shows this time around. File from my Zoom. Yeah, still the same thing. All right, let me just use this. So I would select the data set, the table I want to use. So this is the table I want to use. Then I transform, and I have my Power Query editor. So what do I do? Because my data is already in a table format, that is why I have my row headers as row headers. On a normal ground, it would not give me this. It will not give me my first row as my row header, except when it is in a table format. And this is in a table format already. That is why I have this. If not, I can always promote my headers in the sense that I would see it somewhere. You see, this already, it gave us the steps. You know, I said on the last class that anything we do in Power Query, we can undo it. We can undo it and we can always see the whole process we've done at a glance. So this one now, this one means this one, they came with it like, okay, by itself, it's permitted the headers and changed the type. So that is why we have it all here. But I can actually undo them. We are not doing that. So now let's get to it. So Power Query now, what do I want to do? I want to, okay, yeah, let me open. Okay, so I have this. I draft this out for our mini project, saying this is all what we will be doing. Or if there are additions and if there are subtractions, we would actually consider them. But for a start, this is what we have to do. So for our data cleaning, let me save this so I don't do it again. I lost it before. What did I save that? So yeah, I said we perform data cleaning, ensure the right data type in each column. What do we mean by data type in right column? So for this particular column now, for order number, I can see that they are in numerals. I can see they are in numerals. So for this is where I would change it. I can either change it to decimal, currency, whatever. But because it is number, I will just have to put it in whole number, and that is why it is whole number. So for different, we have different data types. That is a kind of character. I don't know how else I can explain, but it is a type of character. We have the text, we have float, we have binary, we have floats, we have strings, we have whole number, decimal, currency, we also have percentage, date and time, like that, like that. So for this one, I also see it is in numbers, it is in whole numbers. So I would leave it as whole numbers. For this one, it is in decimal points, but I know that my price is supposed to be in currency formats. That is why I would change this to currency. So change column type, I would say replace currency. This is supposed to give me, let me see, make it currency. Well, this one would not display, it's supposed to display the dollar sign. Yes, let me see. Let's try this. No. Let's leave it as currency. So it should be in currency, and my order line is in, it has to be number. So this is number, this also is in, I will change this to currency because it is sales and my sales is ordered in currency. Yeah, so I have my 1,000 separated. So yeah, that's correct. Then this, for this one, we have, for this order dates, we have dates, but on the original stuff, on the original data